Um, all right, everyone watching, thank you for joining. This is another episode of Project Assemble. Today, as you can tell, we're going to be talking about Captain America: Brave New World. A very interesting project that's coming up. Before we get too deep into it, though, thank you, Dwayne from Marvel Mad, for joining again. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad now, my friend. It's half term every year, so the kids are all off, and it's just a bit hectic and that lot. Weather's going all over the place, so yes. How you doing, my friend? How you on your side of the pond?
Yeah, doing well. It's been a bit of a week. Had some job interviews yesterday, and my birthday's tomorrow. Another interview at the end of the week, so a lot going on, but it's kind of exciting.
That's what I like to hear. That's all right. Bodes well for you, bless you.
Yeah. So yeah, before we get started though, I have my icebreaker question. What are you most hoping to see in this movie? Like, what's like your number one thing you want to like this movie will do?
Well, right. I don't know what you're going to say today on today's discussion. I've got no clue what is changed from what I last knew in that lot.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I really do want to see, and it's a bit of a shame, really, because I'd like to have seen the original Thunderbolt Ross turn into this character, but obviously, bless him, he died.
Yeah.
But seeing Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk,
Yeah.
that's the one thing that I'm really looking forward to now. And I'd have never thought Harrison Ford would be totally bothered about a Marvel film or anything like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
They must have paid him some big bucks to do it. So to see him as a Red Hulk or some form of him, that's what I'm really looking forward to, because I ain't got a clue what else they could do in this film. So I am totally bewildered, but that's the one thing, that's the gripping thing I really want to see in this film. What about
Yeah, for
yourself?
sure. For me, it's not really something I want to like see specifically in the movie. I just want this movie to show everyone that's hating on Sam as Captain America why he's so great and why
Yeah.
he is Captain America. Like, this movie has to put all those people to bed and say this is Captain America, deal with it. Like, I think that's the
Massively.
number one thing this has to do. And also, set up maybe the new team, because they need to start getting that rolling. We have no idea what the actual Avengers looks like right now. So this has to
No.
do something to kind of get that rolling.
Oh, massively.
Yeah. So proving Sam as Captain America is right and he deserved it, and then kind of getting the Avengers rolling.
Yeah, no, I can't believe it on that, to be honest. For myself, I got proven that he was the right Cap at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
How he come through that window is just his whole, like, what's the word? His whole aura about him and stuff like that. And then other people are saying, yeah, that's Captain America and stuff like that sort of thing. That just proved it for me in that lot. And then, but you still got obviously your doubters and stuff like that sort of thing. So I'm all behind you with that. It's got to properly show, like, look, it's Cap now. There's no changing about it.
Yeah.
And then just build forward sort of thing from that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people, and it's still going to get hate regardless, but I really hope most of those haters are kind of turned and they're like, okay, he is obviously Captain America now. Steve is not coming back. So, we're just going to have to deal with it. And I think, like you said, at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, everything he basically does in that final episode shows what he can do. And this movie looks like it's going to build more and more into that, of what he can do in this role. Obviously, he's a past soldier himself, like Steve was. He's got ties to multiple things. We have Joaquin Torres as the new Falcon now. So he's kind of taking on the mentorship that Captain America had for Bucky and for Sam. So he's kind of, like, he has a lot of responsibility now, like Captain America should.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like building on that prestige of that character. He's just got to just prove everybody wrong, really, and just go, look, he is as good as Steve.
Yeah.
He's this generation's new Captain America. Just get on with it. We'll be all right. So
It's like Miles Morales is this generation's Spider-Man. Peter Parker
100%.
is the Spider-Man of the past, and obviously he's still like the most popular one, and he's still around.
Yeah.
But Miles has resonated with so many people that now everything's tapping into him. So it makes sense. Like, as times go on, you're gonna have to shift kind of the, narrative and shift the character to a different end so it fits the times. So that's
massively.
obviously what I guess this franchise is trying to do right now.
Yep, definitely.
All right, so I'm going to switch my screen over to some images. I don't know if you'll be able to see them unless you pull up
I
my
can.
stream.
Yeah.
Kind of like how we did with
Stream it,
the
we'll have a
Daredevil
look.
one.
Yeah, that's all right.
Um,
Get that yours up.
right, let me
Hell yeah.
resize this.
Nice.
All right, you're good?
If anybody's looking for if anybody's looking for anything that Nate and Thwip Media are going to be showing, jump onto his live stream that lot, and you'll be able to see all the things coming up properly out lot. So,
All right, so I've got some screenshots from different posts, from all the most important news I think that we've seen, and we're gonna discuss other things that I couldn't find. But for the most part, this is like the most groundbreaking news basically. So this was from yesterday. Captain America: Brave New World has begun more reshoots. This is like its maybe 5th or 6th round of reshoots. This is not
that
good.
don't bode well. Yeah, that does not bode well, to be honest. That lot. I know the films do have the odd 1 or 2 reshoots and stuff
Yeah.
like that sort of thing, but having more, is that because like loads more things are changed, or they're trying to fit it in for when it's going to come out eventually?
So
Yeah.
apparently the first 2 or 3 cuts of the movie were not performing well with test audiences.
Right,
People were
okay.
saying Sam isn't really landing. as, Captain America. People aren't buying it. The story was really weird, so they reshot, and I think they showed it before CinemaCon, because that's when they showed footage of the movie at CinemaCon too, and people were, really into that. I think we've talked about it on this before a little bit.
I remember what about how they had some stuff of Deadpool and Wolverine at the CinemaCon.
Yeah.
But I can't remember hearing anything about Cap as well. But probably have. But let's say I've been asleep since then and just live.
I think it comes up later, but we'll get to it. So, yeah, reshoots it's either meaning that they're just kind of trying to fix, like minor things, or they're still trying to figure out what this does, because like we said before, this has to kind of kickstart finding the Avengers. This has to really build that team. And if they're going back to this movie so many different times, this shows how important this movie is going forward for the MCU. They're trying to perfect this so that the rest of the multiverse saga, I guess, goes according to their plan right now. So
yeah,
it could be worrisome, but it could also be a good sign of they're trying to perfect where their direction is going with this movie.
Yeah, that's true. And that, it's just a bit worrying now, because I swear there was another Marvel film that had just loads and loads of reshoots.
Recently?
I can't remember if it was recently or it was before Endgame. Was it Ant-Man? Quantumania? Didn't that have a few reshoots?
It might have been, yeah.
Didn't they change, because they changed the ending, didn't they, in that law?
Yeah, right.
That was it, yeah, because it was supposed to end with them stuck in the quantum realm, didn't it? But then they did reshoots to get free and have, what's his name, just shrink and
Kang.
Disappear. Kang, that was it. So, I don't know. I hope it's not as bad reshoots as that, because that was very blatantly last minute panicking reshoots, if you get what I mean.
Now the other question is, are these reshoots like full scale reshoots, or are these like little scenes here and there? Because those are simple. If you're trying to reshoot an entire like action sequence or a really important scene with either Sam and Ross or Sam and anyone else that's a big role, then that's a big deal. You have to pay that many more people to come back and do the production sets and the cameras and all that. I think this movie is going to be a super high budgeted movie just because of the number of reshoots they've had, and because of that, it might not, be a success in the box office.
That's what I mean. With knowing how many reshoots now, like you've said, I've had, I just really hope it's not as blatantly obvious as that Ant-Man one. Because if it is, because like you said, you've got to say that Ant-Man one was a big change, a big reshoot for that ending part.
Yeah,
if they're going to reshoot something like that, it's going to spoil it. I really don't want this film to be spoiled. So you had this is the second new name or third new name? This is
the second one. It started with the New World Order, which they said was too negative. Oh, we have Rez Talk in the chat. Thank you for joining, Rez. But yeah, it could be good. It could be really bad. I'm optimistic. I'm hoping that these reshoots are them just fine-tuning, the direction of where they're going. And they're not, trying to slaughter this movie at the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll move to the next one. Captain America 4, this is a rumor. And take all of these with a grain of salt, by the way. This is not confirmed in any way. This is just a mix of rumors and news, but we'll say which one's a rumor and which one is news. So this is a rumor. Captain America 4 will reportedly involve a geopolitical conflict over countries wanting to claim ownership of TM Island from Eternals, which is said to contain adamantium. What do you think of that?
Now, I have seen something of this now, but I think I've had rumours about this for loads of different things about why nobody's talking about the Eternal coming out of the water and this, that, and the other sort of thing. Now, if this film did revolve around something like that, that would be quite tongue tied. That would be quite interesting because it needs to be addressed
Yeah.
eventually, sort of thing. It can't just carry on like just being there, but nobody's going to be talking about it, sort of
Yeah.
thing. And adding the political part of it, that law, does that mean you're going to like other heroes from? It's probably a sore subject at the moment, but like the Omega Force from Russia and stuff like that, sort of thing, or I don't know.
I think, like, I've seen this rumor for a while. That was in 2022, that was posted. But that's been a consistent rumor throughout its production, that they've been building sets for an island and all this kind of thing. So it does kind of check out. I think this would be really interesting because Cap is kind of the middle ground between all those different countries kind of trying to claim ownership of it. And like you said, they have to address the giant head and hand coming out of the earth at some point. Like, it's been, what?
God.
It'll be 4 years by the time this comes out. I think 4 years since they've done anything with this. So it makes no sense why they've waited this long to do something with something that's so obvious. Like, hey, there's something coming out of the ground. Maybe we should talk about it. And no one's even bothered by it. So I'm glad they're acknowledging it now. The whole adamantium thing I think is interesting because does this mean Wolverine isn't, like, if he is in this universe, like our Wolverine, not the Hugh Jackman one?
Yeah.
He doesn't have the metal claws yet? Does he just have the bone claws?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
If he does already exist in this universe, he's probably just got the bone claws.
Didn't even make that connection, to be honest, that lot. Damn. That'll be very interesting. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, because if this is the introduction to adamantium, then who knows if it's, been in something else before, or if this is the start where maybe we get Stryker. Stryker,
there we are. I was going to say
Baron von Strucker. I had, Captain America villain in my head. Maybe Stryker comes in and he's one of those teams that maybe he's working under Ross and he's like, go in and bring a team to this and try to get it. Maybe something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm going to say, could it be he unbeknownly to him finds a member of the Thunderbolts there or something like that sort of thing.
That's
and
another
the American
thing.
government, the American government are trying to get their, like, not stealthy there, but like under the radar sort of thing to take them for themselves, and it could be a reason why they send a Thunderbolt after this film or something like that sort of thing. So
that's another rumor that this is like the part 1, Thunderbolts is the part 2, and then there's like something else afterwards.
Okay, I didn't even realise that. Oh, that's a nice guess. I don't mind that.
So yeah, that's really all we can say about that right now. I'm pretty sure there's more of this kind of thing related later on, but we'll move on to the next one. So like we just said, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine will reportedly be working with 5 different villains in, it's now titled Brave New World, to form the Serpent Society. Now, this could be an old thing too. It also says their main mission will be to obtain adamantium from Tiamat Island. So she's forming, supposedly, the Serpent Society to go in and take the adamantium. That doesn't make a ton of sense to me. No. I think this might have been an old thing that they were doing because there are set photos. I think it was Seth Rollins was one of the Serpent Society people. And apparently that's been scrapped, his character and all that.
Oh, no!
But they've kept Diamondback, who was another Serpent Society member. Not the Seth Rollins one. There's, I think, 1 or 2 that stayed. But, like, that's such a weird team to send in to get adamantium. Like, what's the
Yeah,
Serpent Society gonna do?
yeah, exactly. It's a very low ranked sort of team as well,
Yeah,
sort of thing. It's not a high up like world domineering scary sort of one. It's very
yeah,
like B or C sort of tier teams. Like, oh yeah, go on, send them in. It's a bit of a Cadam Fono and that
yeah.
lot. I do remember again, yeah, this is definitely a while ago because I remember something going on about the Serpent Society, and I remember seeing Seth Rollins as one of them, and I was buzzing for that because I think he's. I know. When you think about wrestling, it is an art form and it is a acting sort of role, and I think he'd have been Bleeding Brewing to that. I'm a bit gutted if he has been scrapped because I think he would have done Bleeding really well in it. To be honest,
He would definitely be a presence. Like, he'd be
mm,
definitely a strong guy for Sam to go up against. Um, but I'm glad that Valentina's, like, she's looking to have a pretty big role in this. It makes sense if she's putting together the Thunderbolts. Um,
yeah,
then she has to kind of start planting the seeds in this, and then Thunderbolts is the culmination of her, her plan throughout this movie. And
mm,
she's starting to become a presence that's, very mysterious, but also she looks like she's very powerful. Like in Wakanda Forever,
mm.
she's the one that's basically, putting the US at war with Wakanda at the end of that. So maybe we get some kind of build up with that in this too. Yeah, I didn't even think like Wakanda could be after Tiamat too. Who
Oh
knows about
yeah,
that?
yeah, of course. Yeah, I didn't
Um,
even think of that either as well. To be honest, because the only two that we know she's sort of definitely recruited so far is US Agent and
Yelena.
yeah, yeah, that's it. They're the only two we definitely know into it so far.
Yeah, and who knows if they'll do some, like behind the scenes thing in Thunderbolts. Like they'll say, "Oh yeah, I met up with this person. That's why they're here now." That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I hope so because it makes sense to have a probably maybe the first half of just seeing her just not interview different people, but like a memory lapse sort of thing where you see, oh, she's gone to this person, she's
yeah,
recruited them, she's gone to like this person, recruited them sort of thing. It'd be nice just to have it all connected, and then they go right. This is my Thunderbolts team, and we're da 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 sort of thing.
yeah,
But yeah, she's very intimidating. She's very like you wouldn't trust her as far as you could throw her sort of thing. It's
yeah.
it's very like what's she up to?
Now, I don't know. I just thought of this. This was a huge missed opportunity not having her in Secret Invasion, and kind of still kind of
Mm,
showing some of those plans going on because obviously she has connections with Nick Fury in the comics. Maybe they know each other in this. She's basically the bad guy's version of Nick Fury. Seems like they're building her up to be. So I'm excited to see her in this.
So my first thought, especially at the end of Secret Invasion as well, was she was the one that was going to recruit Thingy's daughter. I wasn't
Gaia,
expecting it to be, yeah, I wasn't expecting to be like, was it MI5? UK Secret
MI5,
Service?
MI6, yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I wanted it to be them. It'd have been made much more sense if it was her recruiting her and then going, look, we might need you as our heavy hitter for something later down the line, sort of thing. So yeah, they really, really missed out on having her in.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the next one. Sebastian Stan will not return as Bucky Barnes in Brave New World.
Okay.
So it's interesting how he's in Thunderbolts, but he's not going to be in
Yeah.
this.
But sure. Oh, I don't know about that. That don't make no
Because
sense to me.
even
That.
Anthony Mackie has said that he missed having his presence on set, and Daniel
Oh, was
Bruhl,
it?
yeah, and Daniel Bruhl, who played Zemo, he said he missed having him too. So I guess that confirms Zemo's not in it
Ooh.
as well, which is a huge missed opportunity. Um,
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's in Thunderbolts though. He has to be in some ways, pulling strings of some kind in that one.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
But.
disappointing Bucky's not in this. Maybe they're trying to build up, Joaquin Torres as the new kind of sidekick, kind of
Oh yeah. Actually, that
character
makes
instead of having
sense.
Bucky with Sam. So maybe they've pushed him
Yeah.
aside for Thunderbolts and having Joaquin become the new sidekick to Sam.
Yeah, when you think about it as well, it'd be a bit more awkward if you had like him as Falcon, and then as well as like Bucky as well, and that sort of thing. The two sidekicks would be very one sided because we don't know how he's going to be portrayed as Falcon yet, but then
Yeah,
you know what Bucky's like and how he's so charismatic and his connection with Sam and everything. So
yeah.
yeah, in the long run, it probably makes sense. But I'm quite gutted about that because I thought it'd be quite good.
Now, I don't see him being in the main movie, but maybe he's in the post-credit scene and that links him to Thunderbolts in the end.
Yeah, something like that. You'd hope that
Yeah,
actually could. I wonder if that would be maybe one of the reshoots,
it could
having
be.
adding
Yeah,
him
because they're
back in
shooting
at the end.
Thunderbolts right now, so maybe they said, hey, while you're on set, just come over here and do this scene for us. Maybe.
It makes sense, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Thinking about it, I just thought about that. We said about reshoots earlier on. He's not been in it.
maybe.
Add the
Yeah.
two back together for a bit.
All right, next one. So this was the first look we had at Harrison Ford as Ross and Anthony Mackie in the new Captain America suit. This was released at CinemaCon, so it looks like a pretty tense kind of confrontation here. Ross does not look happy, but Harrison Ford's playing him, so it's kind of like that's a given. Um,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like that.
so it looks like they're on Air Force One because he's wearing his Air Force One coat. That's the U.S.
Oh yeah.
president's plane. And they must have rebuilt it because in Iron Man 3, the president was attacked on Air Force One with
Yeah.
the extremist assault on the plane. But it looks like there's going to be a lot of scenes like this where they're kind of butting heads on decision making, and maybe even, maybe Sam knows something that Ross is doing in the background, maybe developing an experiment on him in some way.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh, that's nice.
And he's like, "What the heck are you doing, Ross? Like, you're in no
Mm.
condition to do that." And obviously, Ross is probably, he's president now. He's like, "I've got all the power basically in my hand right now," so he can do anything he wants. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how their scenes are gonna play out with each other. Um, like you said, like this makes me want to see Harrison Ford as Ross so bad right now. I just I wanna see him just have a conversation with Sam and drop some really hard lines too.
Oh, master! I've always liked Harrison Ford as an actor.
Yeah,
Like, he's just so like he's just presence, and when he speaks, you will listen, sort of thing. So I'm really interested to see because is these COVID Accords in the MCU gone now? Or are they still milling around in the background?
I feel like they mentioned that they were kind of dissolved. I can't remember if that was
Was
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I can't. I'm sure they mentioned something about them kind of being taken down. I just can't
was this
remember which
something?
project it was.
Yeah, I said this somehow. I can remember seeing something about not being. I don't know if it was like not had as much control now, or the slowly like disappearing or something. I weren't too sure, but I was thinking maybe that's another thing that could be butting heads over. It's like, well, I started this COVID Accord. That's why I'm president now, and the American people are trusting me and
Yeah,
stuff like that sort of thing. And then even he could be taking that role as, oh, you're not my Captain America, and all this and the other sort of thing. So that could be another butting heads moment as well. That lot.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I just seen him as Ross. I just can't wait to see him because it's going to be so good,
yeah.
so good in that lot.
I I can't wait to see what he's gonna do with the character, and if he does evolve into Red Hulk, I'm really interested to see what that would look like.
Oh, before you go to the next one, that shield on the door,
Yeah,
it looks too prominent to not mean something or
it
represent
might.
something.
Yeah,
Because especially how it's like pictured, it's very front and center. So I wonder if that means something or
yeah.
it's
Interesting.
leading
I
to
didn't even
something
think of
because
that.
Yeah, that's my media studies coming out at me. That is that lot, but just how it's framed. Yeah, you're gonna look at the left, you're gonna look at the right with the two characters, but then
Yeah.
when you have a look in the background and stuff, that is very in your face sort of thing. It's very there, so that's very interestingly like placed. So I wonder
Yeah.
if that's most of means something like life. Anybody knows? Leave a comment.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll move on to the next one now. Like I said before, Anthony Mackie is disappointed that Brave New World won't include Sebastian Stan and Daniel Bruhl. He said, when they decided to go back to the movies, it is what it is, but I don't have my friends anymore, so it kind of dampens it a little bit. So I guess he was, he's missing out on the kind of, fun nature that Sam and Bucky have. They're kind of back and forth. And then Zemo, like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, he was a fun character in that, even though he's a really bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, dancing in the club. I guess we won't get any more dancing scenes from Zemo in this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a shame that it looks like they're not in it at all. But like you said, maybe the reshoots have them coming in to the end at some way. But yeah, that's really all we can say about that right now.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed about that because I'd like to have seen them. Especially, it would have been perfect just to follow it on from Falcon and Winter Soldier as well. In that lot, just bringing that core group into this and then just running with it, sort of thing. So, yeah, it is a bit.
Now here's another
But then I
question.
hope they explain it. Oh, go on.
Is Sharon going to be in this? Because they left her character at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier in such a weird spot. She's just suddenly bad. Like, oh yeah, I'm the power broker, by the way. And they're like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
That's another thing that's got to be explained somewhere along the
Yeah.
line as well. And I thought maybe that might have been even explained at Secret Invasion.
Yeah,
Like
true.
she was a Skrull or something like that.
Exactly. That was the perfect opportunity because in the post-credit scene, she's at the courthouse, and then as she walks out, she's like, send all the weapons in, kind of thing. Like, and you're like, wait, what is she doing? They could have done it right there. They could have, but shit the bed on that one.
Yeah, just a bleeding bit. Christ.
So yeah, move on to the next one.
Yeah, don't get oriented up. We'll be able to calm down.
Now this is very, very, very interesting. So, Captain America: Brave New World director Julius Ona opens a teaser about the leader. Sam finds himself almost standing between Samuel Stearns and what he thinks the government owes him and how he wants to go about getting that. So, what has the leader been doing this whole time we haven't seen him?
Because didn't they bring back the original bloke from
Abomination. They brought him back.
Yeah. Ooh.
They're reintroducing characters from the Incredible Hulk in this because Liv Tyler's back as Betty Ross as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
There were set photos of her on there too, so going to be very interesting. But I can't think of, what has the leader been doing? Is he secretly working with the government? Is he doing his own thing to kind of get back at the government not supporting him at all? And obviously he's targeting Ross with that too. He has to be.
Oh, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking all this time he's been getting smarter and smarter, but working for the government. And then like he's going to be building... What I've got in my head is he's going to be building that formula to give Ross. It fails. He becomes the Red Hulk, and then they break out. He breaks out like that sort of thing because he's got part of his revenge on the Hulk by changing the one person that he hated the Hulk into another Hulk sort of thing. So that's what's going in my head anyway.
I was just thinking, like, if he does turn Ross into the Red Hulk, he's proving himself to not be a great scientist if he's turned Emil Blonsky into the Abomination and then he's turned Ross into Red Hulk. It's like, oh, my 2 experiments have gone wrong. I guess I should probably give up this profession. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what he's going to be doing in this because it seems like, Ross is definitely going to be an antagonist to Sam, but how much of a villain is the leader going to be in this movie compared to Ross? Like, I'm very curious to see how they're going to even out their roles.
For me, I think he's going to have, you know how in Civil War where Zemo, you wouldn't say he's the big main bad sort of thing because they were fighting amongst themselves sort of thing. I'm wondering if he's
Right.
going to be that, like, he'll be the villain but not as the main villain, like, or an overarching one. He's just going to be there in the background,
He's causing
just
everything,
toying.
but he's
Yeah,
not,
he's like the
like,
puppet master
obviously
sort of
there.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be very cool. I can
that's what I
definitely see
mean.
that now. And Tim Blake Nelson, who plays Stearns, he's a really, really great character actor. I can see him really going into this role and, having the kind of, like, mental edge on that
Oh yeah,
character. Like, he's probably going crazy, but he's also a genius at the same time. I'm really
you'd be
excited to
able to
see that.
just mold it just perfectly
Yeah,
to that. 1 minute he looks like batshit nuts, but then the next minute he'll be like, no, he's a clever so and so sort
yeah.
of.
So we'll move to the next one. More about the leader. Apparently, Tim Blake Nelson's role as the leader will have a comic accurate look. Julia
Oh
Sona
yes,
said, I
please.
think people are going to be pretty excited about what this guy looks like and what he has to say and what he does. So it seems like they're fully leaning in on giving us, like it's like Hulk fan service in this basically. It's like, okay, you get the leader. You're probably getting Red Hulk. All these different Hulk characters are coming into this in a very interesting way for a Captain America movie. So I'm very interested to see when we get the first like reveal of him, like a full like HD look, what he's gonna look like. And it really does seem like he's teasing him to be the main villain of this movie in some way.
Yeah. I wonder, just thinking about it as well, like the paying fan service to all these different Hulk characters. One thing that I don't think anybody's really mentioned yet, anything like that, especially if they've brought back Better, would she become the Red She-Hulk?
That would be really cool.
You've got She-Hulk, you've got normal
Now,
Hulk. If you brought them two back,
do you bring back Ty Burrell as Leonard Sampson? Because he's
ooh,
another person that he gets the gamma radiation. He doesn't turn into a Hulk, but he gets massive. Maybe they've recast the role too, but Samson is a really
God,
cool Hulk character that they haven't really done anything with.
no, that'd be good though. To be honest, so when you're bringing all these characters back, I
Yeah,
really like that.
I can't wait to see what they do with these because the Hulk characters have been like set to the side for years, and with
Is it?
they have to see the kind of response to Professor Hulk and like people are
Yeah.
over it now. Maybe they're saying, okay, this is where we start to bring Hulk back, like all of them back, and bring Banner back to his true Hulk form. I hope that's what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, I'd take that all day long, that sort of thing. Because surely by now as well, because they couldn't really do a Hulk film or anything like that because of the
No.
name rights, weren't it?
Yeah, it was
So are
they have to do it through Universal in some way if they do a solo film.
yeah, is that not like finished now, sort of thing? They still got the rights
I don't know,
technically.
it keeps changing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like
I
Sony
will.
and Marvel with Spider-Man. It's like it's always changing.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I was just thinking because they're bringing all these different Hulk characters back. I was like, oh, maybe the rights have finally gone back to Marvel, and that's why they're bringing all these ones back now.
Yeah. And those rights were for, I think it was the film rights. So they can still do a series, which is why they did She-Hulk.
Oh, okay.
But I think
Oh, okay.
what they're building up is, like, it has to be a full, like, large-scale movie if they're, like,
Yeah,
building them
surely,
up.
surely.
So we'll move to the next one. Like, we went over this before, but our first look at Harrison Ford as Ross. Um, I'm just thinking, how are they going to handle the whole, like, because they've done the recast before without any kind of acknowledgement of them looking different. But are they going to do that again in this, or are they going to actually have a reason for him to, he looks different?
I don't know. The only recast I could think of was, what's his name? Weren't it? It was
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, but then that was a run cheek. Look, I'm here now.
Yeah.
Deal with it, weren't it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But that was a recast of two different actors there too, because he couldn't do the film. I wonder, because this is a death, they're going to handle it a bit more respectfully.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can see that. But then you also have Edward Norton as Banner, and then you have Mark Ruffalo as Banner.
Yeah.
And there was no acknowledgement there either.
Oh, yeah, that is true, yeah. I didn't even think of that. I always just go back to the War Machine one.
Yeah, that's the one I first think of too, because they fully point it out in that scene.
Yeah.
I'm here to deal with it.
I'll never forget that scene. Yeah. I love that scene in the courthouse. It's just brilliant. Yeah. For me, if they are going to address the change of this, they've got to do it respectfully, because I really did like the original actor. So I don't want no tongue in cheek. I don't want no sarcastic sort of thing like that. I just, if they're going to do it nicely, sort of thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll move to the next one. So Harrison Ford was asked if he will turn into the Red Hulk, and his response was, "What is a Red Hulk?" It's a very typical Harrison Ford response.
Yes.
But
yes,
is he kind of playing coy about that?
Oh, it's got to be in that light. You're not going to say. He must know, especially when it starts to really ramp up as well. And I'm coming towards the film. He must know that if they've not shown anything like that in the trailer, he's going to get so many questions out of, "You can be Red Hulk, you can be Red Hulk." So this is definitely him just going. You'd have to wait and see, wouldn't you, that lot?
Yeah, I just thought of something that would be so awesome. Because this is something you save for either the final trailer or the movie itself. The first trailer has to end with Sam, turning around and he hears a Hulk roar. And flashing lights and sparks flying everywhere maybe. And you hear the Hulk roar. Yeah. And then that leaves the audience to kind of figure out, okay, is he the Red Hulk, or is that Banner coming back to, full-on Hulk mode? And then the second trailer, they either give a glimpse of, a hand coming down, and then it's transforming into red.
Yeah.
They could do that too, but I don't think they'll do a full reveal if they do Red Hulk until the movie.
Yeah, it's similar with the best sort of thing with this as well is Wolverine with the cowl. You're not going to see him in that at all throughout the trailers and stuff until you go into that movie as well, and that sort of thing, which I think's better as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just having that visual for the first time as at the cinema was so brilliant.
And obviously, with the Wolverine mask, we've seen it through merchandise and promotional material. Maybe they'll do the same with Red Hulk, and that will kind of give us a different look. Yeah. But the full in action look is probably going to be saved for the movie. I thought the trailer things, those would be so awesome to do. Marvel Studios marketing team, if you're watching this, I have ideas for you. I just see Rez. I love this guy. Yeah, Harrison Ford is great. It's really fun if he is attached to these franchises and you see an interview comes out, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see what he does with this interviewer to kind of mess with them. He's so good at that.
He's just got one of them attitudes where he's just no shit's given that lot. He's he's there to do a job.
Yeah.
He'll just say what he wants, sort of thing, but not let anything slip and throw some brilliant curveballs out. No, it's just brilliant. He's a brilliant actor.
Yeah, so good. Move to the next one. This is the first look at the new Captain America suit in Brave New World. So obviously it's very different from the last look he had at the end of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was a true comic accurate suit. Like it was like ripped right out of the book in that series, and I thought it looked perfect. But I have to say, I am a fan of this new look. Like it looks very, very cool for Sam.
I like it. I see, being obviously the massive Captain America fan that I am, that lot. When I seen him in that comic accurate like Falcon Captain America suit, I absolutely adored him in Falcon the Winter Soldier. I
Yeah,
absolutely loved that. But seeing this now and that lot, it does look really, really good in that lot, and it stands out really,
yeah,
really well. I'd have loved for him to kept the old suit and then just maybe like jazzed it up or smarted it up somehow and that
yeah.
lot. But going back to the proper red, white, and blue and stuff like that sort of thing. And yeah, I don't mind it at all. Now I'll be very looking forward to it now, and I'm very happy with it. So
Now, will
yeah,
the
I'm happy.
Wakandans give him this one? Because they gave him the other one.
Oh yeah,
Maybe that's how you tie in. Like, maybe there's a scene where like the old ones, kind of destroyed. And there is another one in the set photos. He has like his sleeves rolled up, and it's like a more like tactical suit, like in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, the one that he wears in that.
okay,
It's very similar to that, and this seems like an upgrade to that. So maybe there's a scene where that one
yeah,
gets damaged. He's like, "Oh, I wonder where you're gonna get the suit," and then you have the Wakanda music build up, and then the Panther statue. And you're like, "Oh, he's going to Wakanda."
oh yeah,
It's like an
yeah,
Infinity
that'd be
War when
nice.
he's like, "I know who can help us," and then you get the build up with the African drums and then the Panther
Yeah,
statue. Oh, I got goosebumps now.
yeah. No, I'll take that.
But once again, merchandise giving us the first look at these costumes. I don't know why they do this. Like, if they're trying to save it, why give the merchandise, material to these companies and then someone's gonna leak it?
It makes no sense, does it? They did the same sort of thing with
They've done it with
one
them all.
merchandise I can always thinking. Yeah, yeah. But it's the one that always sticks in my head though is the Spider-Verse one, and having part
Right.
one and then getting rid of part one. That
Yeah,
lot, that
right.
winds me up somewhat rotten. That lot. Always remember that. It just infuriates me.
I think No Way Home, when that was coming out too, the merchandise for that was giving us the look at like Electro's new look and Green Goblin's new look and Spider-Man's end suit and all that. And yeah, that movie had some interesting leaks throughout the entire course of making that movie. But
Yeah, just a
um,
bit.
yeah, I'm happy with this Captain America suit. I hope this. Obviously, Steve had upgrades with each movie he was in, but I
Yeah,
don't see how you upgrade this one further than
no.
what it is at this point.
And the only thing I could think of is maybe giving him vibranium bleeding wings. That's about it. That's all
Yeah,
I can think of.
because
But
he
other than that,
he definitely needs those. You saw Winter Soldier rip them
yeah.
off in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, so maybe he's got that in mind. If he's going against a Hulk, then he definitely needs those
Oh yeah, yeah.
vibranium wings.
Mm.
So we'll move to the next one. This is the I can't tell. Is this the same as what we just looked at, or is it the old one? Oh, stop that. Okay, we're gonna go back to where we just were. Okay, I think this. I don't know why it's doing that now. Go back. Stop. Stop. Okay. I think this might be the old one.
Yeah, I don't think it's like the brighter blue sort of thing. That
Yeah.
like it looks like similar to the one where he's having the confrontation talk with, sort of in that dark to like undercovery sort of one.
Yeah,
That
like
lot. But
the tactical one.
still looks good. Yeah, it still looks good now.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I quite, it reminds me very much as well of oh, it's like the oh when Steve was all rogue.
Oh,
The
Nomad.
suit he was, yeah, Nomad. That's the one I like. That very reminds me of how dark that was, sort of thing. Just obviously the stars a bit more prominent, sort of thing,
Yeah.
and you can actually see it. But yeah, that I like. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it looks really good. And like, I'm trying to guess what point in the movie this could be.
Well, in my head, I've got it as he's gonna be wearing this one or the white one near the beginning. Like,
Yeah,
gets all knackered up and something happens, and then you'll see that nice shiny blue, red, white, and blue one near the end,
yeah,
and that's what he's gonna have his big fights with at the end, sort of thing. That's what I've got in my head anyway. That part.
yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, we'll move to the next one. The first official look at Joaquin Torres as Falcon. Um, this one is very close to a comic accurate suit. Um,
Mm.
it's a very unique looking suit. It's like very I don't know. There's a lot going on with it.
It reminds my first thought when I seen this now, like, it reminds me a lot like Vulture, to be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, true.
It's just literally just like plucked from that, but then like toned it down a bit, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
it looks nice, but I don't know. I don't.
I'm curious to see how much of the movie he's in this suit and like with
I'm
Sam.
I'm hoping it's going to be a bit. I don't want it. I don't want him just to have a snippet at the beginning or end or something like that sort of thing. If you're going to bring somebody in as the new Falcon,
Yeah.
they need to have quite a bit of screen time, really, now, like, just to build that chemistry up. And because you know he's going to eventually become into the Avengers and stuff like that sort of thing and fight amongst them. So he's got to have a bit of a presence.
Yeah. And he had a really like he was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier a bit, but he was like a very forgettable character in that almost. So they're going to have to kind of show why he is deserving of this mantle basically.
Oh,
And then
massively.
show him do some pretty cool things to show, yeah, this is one of the next Avengers, that kind of thing.
Mm, massively.
Um, so next one. So this has been a recent thing. Marvel Studios issued a DMCA subpoena to uncover the source behind a social media account that has been leaking Marvel content. So something that they've done includes an image from Brave New World that they've released before any kind of release from Marvel Studios happened. So
Damn.
this has been a huge issue for years with scoopers and the
Yeah.
leakers. You know, basically, diving in for information and spoiling it for everyone. That's why I have so many like muted words on my Twitter profile so I don't get spoiled for things. But it makes sense. Like, go after them,
Yeah.
get them out of there because
Yeah.
they're ruining the experience for some people. And honestly, I don't know why they've waited this long to do it. Because I remember when
They should have
Endgame came
done.
out, that was huge.
Yeah. I said for me, they should have done this near this No Way Home Spider-Man stuff because you had so many
Yeah,
bleeding different things coming out then that lot, and that would have been your point of look, this is one of the biggest movies we're going to do. Any sort of leaks that's coming out, you stop them dead in the tracks now and just go on, sod off, no, sort of thing.
yeah. And it's becoming a real issue now. Like, there's so many of them now, it's kind of gone out of control. Like, they'll basically pose as news pages, but everything they put out is either bullshit or it's
Yeah,
it's like fully like they've got information somehow, and like the companies don't know how they got it, but it's real. So yeah, I hope this kind of starts to put an end to that. It's definitely going to be a long process, but
oh yeah,
yeah, that's just something that I thought was interesting, that especially with this movie, if they're actually, suing this person for leaking content from this, then how huge is this movie going forward?
yeah, exactly. Like, it's got to be a point where if they're doing it now and not doing it like for the Spider-Man one, you got to think Spider-Man was big.
Yeah.
So how big is this going to be? Why are they doing it now? What are they hiding? Why are they stopping these sort of people leaking it out? Because if they're stopping it, and there's got to be some big surprises out there.
Yeah. I I hope that this works out, and I hope it leads to them tracking down more of them. But yeah, we'll move to the next one. This is the last one I have. This was another merchandise leak. It's a look at Sam's like combat mask towards the end of the movie, apparently. So he's kind of got like a, you know, like a fighter jet mask. It's probably like, you know, he's flying up in the air. He's gonna need the oxygen somehow. Personally, like I've seen fan art of them adding this mask onto the final suit. I think it looks really cool. I don't see this being a consistent thing for his character going forward. I think it's just, okay, there's something happening in the sky, and then he has to wear this so he can survive up there. But
yeah,
I think it looks cool.
it looks nice. I'm not a fan. I don't. It took, the first thing it brings to my mind is Doom's mask.
Oh, interesting.
From the games, that lot. Literally, just the first thing. If they're gonna take it right on the edge of the atmosphere, maybe going into space, then yeah, I can totally get down with that and totally with that sort of thing. But I won't make it a permanent thing. Like,
No.
I'm not.
I don't think they're gonna
Not
do
the
that.
most. It reminds me again, like thingy as well. Vulture.
Yeah.
This is just very puck from Vulture again. That last. I don't know. I'm in an R with that sort of thing. I like everything else about it. The wings, the badge of it, sort of thing. It's like he's got his own flying corp again, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But other than the mask, yeah, I quite like that.
I'm just curious what would be happening, like in that high in the sky, for him to be up there. Like, I was thinking the Red Room's destroyed, so it can't be that. Is there a new helicarrier or something that's, you know, even higher? Maybe.
Is it the Thunderbolts? Have they got their own helicarrier?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Surpass his shield or something like that sort of thing. He's having to fly up and down there or something like that. It's the only other thing. Or even would you even say about what they called it? Not called it sword.
Saber.
They called it sword. Saber, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he flying up to Saber like that?
Maybe.
Might explain the mask.
Yeah, that's something we're gonna have to wait and see, because obviously that's also a merchandise leak, but it could just be a toy thing too. Maybe he doesn't wear it at all. It's just, you know, to sell toys, they need different ones to look different.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
too.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
So that's the end of the images I have. I just have an article that I was just gonna quickly scroll through that has some, you know, major, you know, plot points and things that we know about it, basically. So I'll end that. I'll bring this up. We're gonna go here. Okay. We're gonna fix that. Make that bigger. Okay. So this is an article from Screen Rant. This was updated May of 2023. So this was like when they were like in the, I guess, the peak of them shooting this movie, because everything since then has kind of been reshoots.
Yeah.
So at number 10, Captain America 4 set photos reveal Hulk villain the leader. Obviously we've talked about him being in this movie. So yeah, that's like, it seems like he's gonna have a presence in this movie, a pretty strong one. So yeah, that's one thing. Harrison Ford's President Ross. Obviously we've talked about that too. I saw the Sokovia Accords here. I was gonna see if they did anything with that. It says later on, it's been rumored that Ross will finally become the Red Hulk, as he does in the comics. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Joaquin Torres as Falcon. So this was another thing I completely forgot about until I found this article. There were set photos of a funeral scene. And in this scene, Sam has his arm in a sling. Betty Ross is there. Harrison Ford is there as Ross. And there was someone else there, I'm pretty sure. But I was thinking, whose funeral could this be?
Yeah, I can't.
Like,
Can't
maybe
even think
it's
of.
either someone dies in this movie, or it's, something that happened off screen for another character.
What character would connect all them together?
Because the other thing is, it's like a very military heavy funeral. Like, there's like the American flags, there's like the other soldiers there to do the salute. It's like a military figure has passed. So, very interested to see what it is. Oh, what if it's Steve?
Oh, yeah, Steve Rogers.
Steve, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
It could be. It could.
Don't.
It actually might have. Yeah.
If he's bleeding Steve, I'm going to be in tears. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, my thoughts are set. I think it's him.
No, don't.
Because Peggy's already dead, and Steve is living without her.
Yeah.
He's older than she was, so yeah, it could be the end of Steve.
Oh God. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to take it. Oh, I'm gonna be in bean bits.
Well, then that's where the reboot comes in. You bring Steve back.
Yeah, yeah.
Next we have Liv Tyler returning as Betty Ross. Very interested to see what she could be doing in this because, she can't really do much. She's a scientist, but she's not super powered or anything unless she does get turned into the Red She-Hulk. That'd be very interesting.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm very curious what role she could play in this.
It can't be, unless you are bringing Hulk in as well now, because there's no other love interest or anything like that sort of thing. There's not going to be love interest for Sam.
No, definitely not. No, it's going to be a questionable one, I think. We'll move to the next one. Sam Wilson will become injured. Like I said, he's in a sling at that funeral. So something's going to happen to him at some point.
Yeah.
Now, this was an old thing. I'm pretty sure they've taken this out. There was an Israeli superhero called Sabra, who they announced, and as soon as they announced that, they're like, why are you doing this? This is a very sensitive topic right now. Why are you touching on that? And I'm fairly certain I've seen that they've completely cut this character from the movie, which I think was a smart move with what is going on right now.
It's the last thing you need now. Like, you don't need to be messing around with anything like that sort of thing. Just leave it as it is. Move on. You don't need to kick the hornet's nest anymore now. Like, just
and this could be because maybe Israel was involved with trying to go for Tiamat, maybe, and she was the one that kind of goes in with a team. But again, why would you touch on this from the beginning? Like, very sensitive, very delicate topic. So just a bad move on their part, I think.
Well, hopefully they've learned the lesson and that's why Mike just got rid of it, hopefully.
Captain America New World Order at the time. Set photo shows Serpent Society villains. So like we said, here's Seth Rollins in costume. There's the tactical Captain America suit, and then there's someone else it looks like, but I'm fairly certain they are cut from the movie. I don't think they're in it.
Shame.
I know for sure they kept one or two because Diamondback is in some of the promotional material too. Just when I say that, I don't know why that didn't show up in that slideshow because McDonald's had a leak of some of the characters in it too.
Oh, right, I didn't realize that. Bloody hell!
Because there's a big one in that didn't pop up. I might need to pull that up if you don't mind.
That's fine by me. But no, I hope if they have got rid of all the Serpent Society and stuff like that, I hope they do bring them down as a B character or C character villain eventually, sort of thing. Because Rollins looks good in that. It really does.
Yeah, and you can't really do much with the Serpent Society. They're probably just going to be like a
No.
one-off team anyway.
Yeah. Just have a little thing to the side.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that and what the team ends up becoming. But yeah, then it says his new suit was revealed. We've gone over that. And the tone of this movie, they've said recently, it's very grounded. It's very similar to The Winter Soldier. They're going for that vibe in this. So
That's fine by me. I loved it when they go there's more heavy hitting to the ground sort of aspects. I don't mind that at all because I just think it works so much better.
In that character too, like you have to do it for that. And obviously you have Hulk characters in it, so there's a more fantastical side of it. But I think with these reshoots, they're kind of tying it into a more grounded approach for why these characters are here and all that. So yeah, that's what I had for that. I'm just gonna see if I can find those.
McDonald's.
Yeah, the McDonald's, because they like to leak their stuff too.
No, good old McDonald's. That like always helps us out. Bless them.
Okay. There's this one. Yeah, that's probably the main one. So it's in Spanish, so you'll have to forgive that. So yeah, we have. I don't know if you can still see it. Oh, you probably can't.
I'm gonna say no. It's not loaded up just yet.
Share the screen. Okay, you can probably see it now. So there's Falcon. There's a character called Ruth, which I have no idea who this is. It's probably just a made-up character for Sam to deal with, or it looks very similar to the Serpent Society character with Seth Rollins in that set photo. Maybe they kept her. You have Sam with the wingsuit, Sam without the wings. This is Diamondback here.
Oh, right, okay.
This character, and then Red Hulk.
That's what I mean. He's there. He's there.
He's gonna be in it, and then you have Red Wing too. So Red Wing's gonna return in this too.
Yeah. You got to if you've got a Falcon, you've got to always have Red Wing. They're connected so much, sort of thing.
And I hope if they do reboot, they have the actual like Falcon with him, because I think that is so cool, just having the actual bird with him. But obviously, the robot one makes sense in this universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. You get Diamondback, you get someone named Ruth, we have no idea who she is, and Red Hulk.
To be honest, it reminds me of like a Funko Pop, like keyring sort of thing. It's really unusual. And why? I don't understand as well. Why would you have them out so early? Because
exactly,
that's next year.
That's the thing. Doesn't make any sense.
No.
It's like the merchandise gets it like a year in advance, and they hold on to it, and they just leak it at the same time.
Yeah, it just...
I don't get it.
Makes no sense. It looks good, but it makes no sense to me. But yeah. That's very interesting.
That's really all the material that I guess we can cover as of now, because there isn't a trailer. There isn't really any other official, kind of images or videos from any of this. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got now.
Well, it's very what I thought. Apart from the Serpent Society, I remember seeing something about them disappearing, but I didn't realise Seth Rollins had vanished as well, sort of thing, which I'm a bit gutted about. But I don't know. It's very all up in the air. They've got loads of different characters, and I'm hoping they're going to handle it well, because I don't want them just to go, right, we've got all these different characters, let's just throw it at the wall and see what happens, sort of thing. So,
and the number one thing, again, they have to do is set up the Avengers in some way in this.
Yeah.
If Captain America is going to lead them, and Avengers 5 is still scheduled to come soon, you need to start introducing the team and get people connected with them so we care about what happens later on. And I don't know if you've seen this too, but Avengers 5 is now apparently on its own thing. It's not like a Infinity War type movie. It's like a
Oh,
its own thing, and they've split Secret Wars basically into two things now. So that'll be
bloody hell! So
the
we're
end.
technically getting like 3 Avengers sort of films then.
It looks like it, yeah.
Damn. I take that all
Oh,
day
I
long
just
out, to
see
be
another
honest.
comment in the
Oh,
chat. Shira Haas as Ruth slash Sabra. So that Ruth character, I guess, is
oh,
Sabra, which
right.
we don't know if that's, I guess, still in the movie. It might be by the looks of it, but
Yeah, it could have been that, though, but I hope in one way I hope not, because that's a very touchy subject. That's the
yeah,
last thing you want. You don't want no political crap just overshadowing the whole film, because then you'll have protests and it would just ruin the anticipation for it all and that all. So,
yeah,
I
touchy,
hope
but
they take a different. Yeah,
we'll see. Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, again, Avengers, you need to build them up in this. Because if you don't, then people aren't going to want to see the Avengers movie when it comes out.
No, exactly that lot.
So they have to
You
do
need a
something.
coherent. Yeah, you need a coherent thing to go right. These are the founding teams for the new lot, and then go forward with the new characters like that sort of thing. Because you'll obviously have a cataclysmic event in Secret Wars
Yeah.
that will just rewrite everything and set it off again to a new thing. But you don't even know who's in the Avengers, who's left of the Avengers, what's going off.
Yeah.
Like, after was it after the live stream last week, we had that post about Vision Quest,
Yeah.
Vision Quest coming back out again, that lot, and that's gonna be another thing. It's like, well, is the White Vision gonna be the new Vision?
They have so much going on right now, and it just seems like with their new mandate on the content release that we talked about before with the 3 movies max, 2 series max per year, it seems like they're still greenlighting an awful lot of content for them saying they're scaling back on things.
Yeah,
So again, like it looks like they don't have a clear goal right now as to what Avengers 5 could be. We only know they're building up the Secret Wars, but in between this and
yeah,
Secret Wars, we have no idea what they're doing and if they even have
yeah.
a logical, plan right now. It kind of seems like they're
No,
coming up
exactly.
with it as they go.
Yeah, pretty much that sort of thing. Like I say, what we've got Deadpool and Wolverine this year. They've got to somehow like connect it with his lot, and then Secret Wars. You've got Fantastic Four next year. They've got to
Thunderbolts
get from
next
the
year.
'60s to today. Yeah,
Blade
the
next year.
Thunderbolts next year. Yeah, Blade. God knows what's happening with that. But yeah, that next year, that lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got that many things going off now. Like they've got to be careful. They really have, because you don't want to go back to the 2020 days where there was just everything
There was
here,
nothing.
there, and everywhere, and there was nothing like proper sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was just really frustrating a lot. But yeah, oh,
That's
there's our Captain America: Brave New World chat.
yeah. I hope I didn't
I'm looking
like
forward to the film.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just hope that, anyone watching, like, again, grain of salt, but I
Yeah,
hope we didn't really ruin the movie, I guess, in any way. Because, again, we don't know if any of it's really official. It's just
no,
speculation at this point.
yeah, exactly. I know. It's just we'll know more when we eventually get that first trailer and everything. So
Yeah,
that'll probably won't be until Thanksgiving, probably something like
probably.
that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
because it
Yeah,
comes out February,
end of the
so
year.
yeah, it's going to be a
It's
bit.
got to be end of the year sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
but yes. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on another Project Assemble. Next week we'll have another. I don't know, what would you call it? Comic
Discussion?
discussion.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
show
thing.
off thing?
Yeah. So we'll have another Project Assemble with comics and talking about the ones we're reading and ones we like and stuff like that. Something. And I've not said this to him yet, that lot, but next week I've got a question for you, and I want to see your reaction to that question and see what comes from that? So that'd be a nice thing to discuss as well, sort of thing.
Yeah, very. I just see Rez in the chat. Awesome live today. It would be nice to continue doing this from time to time, but with all the MCU projects, yeah, definitely. We're gonna, as more things come out, we're gonna be, talking about the news that comes out for different projects and, speculate on other things for other projects. I think with obviously we've pretty much done everything we can with Deadpool and Wolverine. We've done 2 streams on that alone. But yeah, as Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, more of that comes out, we'll definitely be doing streams for that. So yeah, thank you, Rez, again, for joining.
All along.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Dave, thank you much. Thank you much, Rez, for joining along and listening to us go on, because yeah, it was nice to talk about movies and stuff. But yeah, Dave, when more things come up, like the Spider-Man animated series as well, and that lot, when the freshman year, was it still called freshman year?
It's Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man now.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, so when that eventually comes out, as well as Agatha and all the things, I'm sure we'll definitely have a discussion about Craven and Venom, Last Dance as well, and that lot.
Okay, I don't know if you saw this. I saw a couple days ago with a Venom that Peter Parker is going to be 10 years old in that movie. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No. That can't be serious.
Oh, again, it's Sony. Jesus. Further proving that they don't have brains. They really don't. Doesn't make any sense. How is Eddie 20 plus years older than Peter in that universe? Aunt May has to be in her 20s at least.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if you've seen that meme, but it has Tobey Maguire and his Aunt May. She's old. He's, normal age. Then it has Andrew Garfield and his Aunt May. She's a bit younger. He's still a little bit younger, kind of. You have Tom Holland, who's much younger than them, and Aunt May is pretty young. And then it's Aunt May's a little girl, and then Spider-Man's a baby.
Oh, I ain't seen that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I ain't seen that. I've seen
as they go on, it's getting younger and younger.
Yeah. Oh no, I've not seen that. I've seen obviously the Toby, Andrew, and then
Tom,
Jesus wept. Yeah, I remember seeing them, but I've not seen any of that.
Rez says Sony Marvel is your favorite universe. Okay, well, I hope you're joking on that, because that is very interesting. I've never heard someone say that or even think that.
No, not at all. Not. It just makes your blood boil up to there. No. No.
But yeah, so we'll be covering more things as things come out. But have you got anything coming out on your channel soon?
So today it will be another Lego Marvel bonus episode of Deadpool. We have got Doctor Strange going. We've got Sue and Johnny Storm going into Doctor Strange's lair and helping Doctor Strange out because he's been trapped by Dormammu. So that's coming out today. And then at the end of the week, we have our Marvel Mad champion Jason Redblood going up against Kunal, the symbiote god, in an ambulance match on WWE 2K24. Sorry. So check that out on the channel today and on Friday. What about yourself, my friend?
I've got the next episode of Forging the New MCU coming on Friday. That one is the Spectacular Spider-Man. So very exciting one. And then I've just finished editing the one after that, but I won't give away what it is until you've seen Spectacular Spider-Man. But that one's very exciting too. So stay tuned for those.
Definitely, yes. So go and check them out on Thwip Media as well on Friday night when they come out. Brilliant series, and it inspired me to get back into my comic corner with Siege as well and a lot. So yeah, very, very well worth watching. But yes, we'll say goodbye for another episode of Project Assemble, and we'll see you all next week for another chat. So I'd like to say thank you very much, and thank you very much to Nate at Thwip Media, and I'll see you all again on another episode. Goodbye, everybody.